All right, so here we are, top 4 finisher, Felix. We picked up, great day, great run. So, pretty excited. We might have lost, but hey, top 4. It's really, really hard to not be super excited about those things. So, tell me about your day. Tell me about the deck. Why did we bring Sapphire Steel today?
Well, Sapphire Steel, the meta's kind of shifting. It's kind of Sapphire Steel. I feel like a lot of red blue as well. We bought this one specifically. I played one kind of like it for the last 10 case that they had.
Okay.
And I actually got 16th place on the dot.
Oh,
It wasn't like a playoff where
right.
y'all
Yeah, so you liked the top 16 finish today.
let the top 16 finish today. And it just felt like it was missing a little bit more. I felt like I didn't test enough, and there was a couple cards that was a little bit in weakness. So.
Yeah, we got to learn.
So we kind of just kept playing that one in like low dues and our stuff in Orlando. And then once we kind of saw something that we liked, we kind of just ran with it and then kind of just started filtering some off-base that.
That's nice. So to me, filtering your playstyle, I think immediately of this Jabbar aspiring ruler. Like, this guy is great. I don't think many people expect this card. Yeah. No, normally there's debates like this card could be played over Crab in Amethyst Steel. So if you're playing it in Sapphire Steel, no one's going to expect whatsoever for you to just like trade up at some crazy card.
And I'll tell you, with him just being a 2-0, he was one of them MVPs of.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, 3 strength, 2 lore. Love it.
And then he turns your Captain Hook into a 5.
Yeah, I mean, Captain Hook going for 5 is pretty good, right?
Or Hiram when you don't have the item.
Yeah, 3-6. It's a 6. Sirens are great. Anti-Urt's great. So Jafar, great today.
Absolutely.
I think it's a card that I think it's honestly undervalued. And I have seen it's been coming up more and more recently for what it's worth. But it's nice that this card just feels like it's there. Like it. I think in the last few weeks we can make an argument that this card is proven to be a choice.
Yep.
Where people probably weren't what we were looking at it before. Of course, we are the Doc and Hyries fan. So talk to me about like this dual thread here of drawing cards.
I like having different avenues, I guess, to draw cards. So like the Hiram is obviously the best one, but sometimes you just don't get that Hiram, or sometimes you have to ink a Hiram early, and it kind of just sets you back, especially when you play Bell and you're kind of sacking to put stuff in. So I kind of use Doc as like a revamp so I could revamp my hand.
Right.
And kind of throws my opponents off, because once they see me get down to 1 card in hand, they're already licking their chops and they're about to beat me. And I draw a card, play that card, play Doc, and then I'm right back to the same exact position. So Doc was another one that I would say was very good. And the uninkable didn't get in the way whatsoever.
Of course not. I mean, this is one of the best cards in the game, all right? Doc's the best. So you did decide to play Captain Hook. How many Captain Hooks did we play
I
today?
played 3 Captain Hooks today. That's my only other 1 drop if I'm not able to Bell. So against more of the control decks, I need to make sure that I'm playing a creature every single turn, so it kind of gives me a backup. And then in that same exact argument, he protects me from taking that 1 damage that everybody kind of waits around.
Yeah. I'm like, oh no, my turnabout. Your turnabout does not kill the guy. It's great. Yeah, that's fair. So you told me that Lawrence was, a card that was really great for you today.
That's my favorite card in the deck.
Okay, all right. Favorite card, Lawrence.
He's big.
Why? Big stats.
He's big.
You like stats, right?
He's big, and he gives you another avenue again for Popsicle. You could sack your Popsicle, you could take out a 2/2, and he's right back to being his normal self.
Right. So set 7 came out, and I think that a lot of people, obviously this deck is built around Bell. What are the other card that's a choice here is Automata Half-Ace a Clam. So this deck is a little bit more aggressive, but we're still going to 6 ink. Is that just how good this card is?
It really is. When you're doing the more aggro plays, I feel like you end up inking that card a lot more than you would like.
Sure.
I mean, it is a big card, but obviously you get your value off of it. But then later on in the game, when you need that extra dot or that extra Popsicle for him,
right,
it makes it like that.
You just
reassurance.
Yeah, it's funny because you could also he's like a more expensive Doc in a weird way.
Yep.
But he has stats, and he keeps everything going. God, so good. So talk to me about McDuck Matter today. How many copies of this we played today?
3. I went down to 3.
Okay.
I regret it, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
He wanted that 4th one. I played against the blue-red deck in the feature matches, and I feel like if I just had 1 more of those, my opponent was at 18.
Okay. And I mean, it's hard to deal with 9 willpower instantly. So two lure, and a lot of times it's more than that. So it's one of those cards I think is very hard. There's definitely games where you're gonna love it, and then there's games where you hate it. But the best part is with cards like that, this one's inkable.
It's cool. Worst case scenario goes into you, and can you keep a cushion?
I'd love to talk about, right? We have a Fire the Cannons and a Baboon. So why did we have to commit to these cards? What were we afraid of?
Ursula. Ursula with Diablos.
Ursula. Okay.
Every time I played against a Diablo deck, they were looking at my hand to be the song inside of my hand, Ursuling at the next turn, and I was just staring at my opponent, drawing up the salt.
You're doing some cool stuff there.
And as you can see with my docs and everything that I play, I do know a lot of
Right.
I
Okay.
can't have you drawing cards very this.
No. Yeah.
So those are reassurance, and it actually came out working out a little bit better.
Okay.
I got pressured the most today by purple yellow.
Okay.
And being able to turn on Fire the Cannon and Maleficent puts them right out of it.
Yeah. Was that our top 16 match?
That was... I played him in Swiss, and then I also played him again in top 16, and I 2-0'd and 2-0'd.
Yeah.
So I like that matchup. That matchup's been...
Yeah, Fire the Cannon's Baboon seems like a good inadvertent answer to that matchup for sure. Our last card here is Benja. So Benja was kind of like what you said. You've been playing the deck for the month. You were kind of looking at the metagame. You said, you know what, maybe Benja's the card for me. Was Benja the card for you?
It was not, unfortunately. The same way I'm talking about all these cards being MVPs, that's the non-MVP.
This is the least favorite card of the day?
Yeah, the reason that I put him in the deck originally was I felt like I was losing to Sapphire Coil consistently. Every time my opponent played a turn 2 or turn 3 Sapphire Coil, we basically scoop it up.
Yeah.
So I tried to go for that plan. I Sapphire Coiled, I want to say 3 or 4 today.
Okay.
All of them got returned.
Okay.
With the big Tamatoa or little Tamatoa.
Yeah, they do come back.
And it also gets Caesar. Yeah, I got into a position in a feature match as well where this was Jafar that I was
Sure, 52 flip.
Yeah, the game would have been completely.
Yeah, that's great. It's crazy. So talk about your run today. You know, what was our field that looked like that you played against?
I actually played a lot of different things. I played against Red Glue twice, which is very surprising. I thought I was going to play against that a lot more.
Yeah, it was most represented deck in the rooms.
I played against 3 different decks that were very aggro and basically vomited their hand.
Yeah.
This deck seems to respond very well to
Yeah. I mean, Captain Hook is great. As you said, the Fire the Cannon's Baboon, all great cards.
Even if your opponent's going Daisy. Like, I like turn 1 Captain Hook, turn 2 Calhoun, and then you're just staring at your kind of like, please bring it.
Yeah, I mean, Jafar inadvertently works with that as well. Exactly. I don't know. If people see a dock on the field, they're like, oh, we're good, we're safe. You're like, oh, well, we have Jafar, he pumps these things. Stuff. That's great. So what was our top 16 matchup?
Our top 16 matchup was the same exact...
the Amethyst yellow. And Amethyst amber.
Yep.
So what we played against the top 8?
Top 8, I played against the mirror match, actually.
Okay.
I played the mirror match. I was the higher pair, or the higher seed. So game 1 kind of went pretty easily. Captain Hook into Smee, into Lawrence, into Manor.
Yeah.
Kind of just set him out. And then the second game, I was able to keep a hand that had Popsicle, Bell, and 2 of the Shrinks.
Okay.
And I drew a Fire the Cannon off the top. So he was kind of behind the entire time.
Yeah.
And then going into top 4, I played against the Wizard Red, and obviously I got the best of mine.
Very fair. Any shout-outs today?
Yeah, actually my kids. I would give shout-outs to my kids. I always wear girl dad stuff.
I love it.
They know me back home. So Aubrey, Maddie, Daddy loves you, and my wife, of course, Christina.
Well, yeah.
And actually Alex as well. Alex takes care of me. It's my older brother.
Okay.
He tests 24/7. He's the one that got me ready for this whole. So definitely can't forget to give him a shout out.
That's very fair. Well, thank you for joining us. Obviously, phenomenal event, and it was really great. You went top 4 finish. Huge congratulations to you. We hopefully see you guys here at Southside's. Yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.